So what I'm going to share with you is quite mind-blowing, especially when I was working it out. And I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. Good morning. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman. And if you do come through and you listen, please do let me know by either dropping a love heart button, by commenting that you're watching live or watching back, and how you are, where you are, an interesting fact about yourself that none of us might know. Just don't tell us you slept with your missus' sister. And then please share with someone that might need this right now. So every single one of us will do this. Every single one of you will do this. You will all budget weekly or monthly financially. So you'll have an allocation of money in your pot, and you'll go, this amount of money is going to bills, this amount of money is going to fuel, this amount of money is going to savings, this amount of money is going to leisure, this amount of money is going to savings, for example. And we budget that time, right? So we know what our budget is because we work out what our income is and we spread that out. But one of the things that's really interesting is how many of you budget your time? Now, money can be earned back anytime. Like, you could do overtime if like push come to shove and life depended on it. You could do more work, do extra part-time work, recoup any money maybe that's lost. But what's really interesting or terrifying is that we can never get time back. Ever. Like, once this week is done, we will never get this week back. Once these 168 hours from the 4th week commencing of the 4th of April to the end, it's gone. And how many of you have accounted for your time this week? How many of you have budgeted your time in a way that gave you control and fulfillment? I'm going to give you some stats. There are obviously 168 hours in a week. And I've worked out that if I lived for another 40 years, and I'm 43 now, so that would take me to 83. This is not to be morbid, but to open our eyes. I've got 349,448 hours left. Of which, if I have 7 hours of sleep, and on average, 102,000 of those are going to be asleep. Okay, so straight away take that off. If I worked an average of 9 hours for the next 20 years, let's say I retire at 63, I'm going to be working for another 46,800 hours. Social media, most people are on about 6 hours a week. Over the next 40 years, that's 11,520 hours on social media. Just those three alone add up to 160,520, which leaves me roughly around 188,000 hours left over the next 40 years. And when you break it down at how many hours we have left, and how much time we have, and how much time we waste being the most important point of this video, it's quite scary. Like, it's quite scary how much time we waste. 46,000 hours on social media over the next 40 years. That's if we live that long. That's if we're lucky enough not to get some disease, lucky enough not to be in an accident, lucky enough to make it all the way through to that stage. Because every single day we are slowly getting ever closer to D-Day. And for many, people are not aware of that or recognising that because they are so consumed in the chaos cycle that we're not budgeting for time. Now, if you had 168 hours, you could work out that, hey, if I have an average of 7 hours sleep a day, I times that by 7, okay, we're going to end up being, what's that, around 42, I think, 42 hours, 48 hours, something like that, hours sleep. Let's say you worked out for 1 hours. That's 3 of your hours that you can dedicate to training, to improving your body, your mind, your emotions. Let's say you work 9 hours. All right, so you end up doing 9 hours a week. So you end up working that out and you add that to it. So if you wrote down on a piece of paper, this is how long I sleep a week. This is how much I work a week. This is how much I work out a week. This is how much I've got left. So what am I doing with that time? Where is that time? Am I spending it with my children? Am I spending it with my wife? Am I spending it with friends? Am I spending it watching Netflix? Am I spending it on social media? What could I be doing with that time that would improve the way that I live? So if I've got all of this time here and I've written it all down and I've budgeted it, how am I going to use it? How am I going to direct it? How am I going to use this hour? And then people turn around and have the audacity to tell me they don't have time. Time is the creator of your future. Do you know what I mean? How you use your time will dictate how your future will be. If you're doing nothing now and you have an average level of thinking and an average standard of showing up, that's not gonna pay off in the future. If you don't look after your body and your mind and your emotions, that's not gonna pay off for you later. And I've spoken about this quite a lot. Is that what has to happen for you to start being aware of what you're doing with your time? Like, some people will never change. You know, I've come to learn on this job that actually you just can't force it. You just can't help everybody. People will just stay in that cycle of chaos. No matter what I say, no matter what impacts, no matter what the stats are, no matter how many days that I tell somebody's got left to live, it will never sink in. They will stay like that. That's just reality. And people are really negative. It's not negative. It's just true. It's just true. But if I can get through to one person on this video to wake them up and say, dude, what are you doing? Like, take a good look in the mirror, bro. What on earth are you doing with your life? Look at the decisions that you are making. Look at the time you are wasting. I look at a business executive who's doing 10, 11, 12. I've got to work. I've got to do this. And then his little boy or girl is going to bed every night and they're not seeing dad. Do you think they were going to have a close relationship when they're older? And I know, because I was away in Afghan for most of my older two's younger life, and I've had to work real hard to connect with them and make sure that I'm there for them. And now I have a fantastic relationship. But because I had to put the work in. Had to really put the work in. And everybody can get like optimistic after this video going, yeah, oh my God, what an eye-opener. But what are you doing about it? Everyone can be great content, great point, great situation, but do nothing about it. And what I want to see, and what I want to know, is action. Do you know what I mean? Because there are going to be a lot of people who depend on you. And if you're wasting your time or putting your time in the wrong place or not budgeting your time, you're going to be in trouble. Okay? And if you struggle with it and you don't know how to plan and you don't know where to go, then invest in yourself in education. You can either come and do our 90-day elite movement. We've helped thousands of men before budget their time and be much better in their lives. Or go and do something else. But don't sit there and complain that you don't have time to be a dad or to be a husband or to work out, because it's rubbish. See you later.